And how could that possibly be practical in the middle of a match to look at your enemy's life bar? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I don't suggest that in any way, shape, or form. But I'll do a few of these block strings now that we've talked about the timing behind here. I'll just do a couple so you can see what it looks like to have a Hadouken or a Tatsu at the end there. Then I'm going to cut in a couple short videos of what my hands look like when I'm doing these. So hopefully you guys will be able to see, okay, this is the rough timing behind this. This is how this should roughly be performed. And again, I'm just going to state this is one button press per attack. Alright, so that should give you guys an idea of what it looks like when you're doing them, and maybe actually seeing it being performed will help you with the timing. But I am going to cut in some videos now of what my hands look like while I'm doing this, so hopefully this will give you a hand here. Let me just sit down on the floor here and see what I can do here for you guys. Alright, so hopefully you guys can see the controller there. So again, this is one button press per attack. Oh, there we go, I actually performed one. Again, generally you're going to be wanting to do 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, just before that video of my hands there, you'll have seen that sometimes I was using the crouching heavy punch in these block strings. Now, a good question would be is when would I want to do this? Why would I do the medium punch or the heavy punch? A couple of different reasons. If your opponent is crouching, if you hit him with this crouching heavy punch, it'll stand him up, and you'll be able to then connect with the Tatsu. If he's crouching and I hit him with the medium punch, it's just going to stay over top of his head. Let me put him in crouch for you so you guys can see that. So the medium punch, nothing. Heavy punch, it connects. So if you know it's going to connect if he's crouching here, oops. There we go. You can see how that stand him up, whereas if I do the medium punch, nothing. So that's one time you'd want to use it. If you're close enough to do it and you're comfortable linking the heavy punch, I find it a little more difficult to put it in there. Since the range is a little shorter, it's almost straight up, whereas the medium punch is a little more forward, so you got a little bit more breathing room. But if you're able to sneak it in there, you might as well. It does more damage. One thing to mention though is the recovery is a little longer on it, so if you mess up your timing, there's a bigger window for them to punish you for your mistake. One other time you could, one other normal move you could switch out here instead of the medium punch is your medium kick. Now I generally wouldn't use the medium kick after 2 light punches, If I was going to use it, I'd do 3 light punches, a medium kick, and a Hadouken. So I'll see if I can do one of these block strings here for you, but this one I'm not too good at. Oh, there we go. So that one is a pretty good one for getting pressure off of you. Like if I would just push him in the corner here. If he's knocking me down, I'm in the corner here. This is a good place for you to get really flustered and really messed up. You don't have a lot of room to breathe. It's easy for him to keep pressure on you. You're probably going to make mistakes. Give yourself some breathing room. Okay, look how much distance I have now. Not too much he's going to be able to do. He might be able to throw a fireball that I can jump over. If he tries to jump in on me, I can just dragon punch him. Give yourself some breathing room using a string like that. Now this is another good time to mention this is going to take practice. As you can see, I've messed up on more than my fair share of times here. I hope that I've succeeded enough times to give you guys an idea of what you should be looking for, but don't get flustered if you don't get this right away. It's not going to happen after just like a couple minutes of practice. You're going to need to get down the timing, and it is very, very strict. With this particular string that we're talking about, we need to act within 5 frames. And I believe in this game there's 16 frames per second. That's not a whole lot of time for you to react. It's going to have to get beaten down into your muscle memory during training mode, especially before you're going to be able to successfully do it during a match. But the last thing I'm going to talk about here is different situations when you could put a block string in. Times that I might do it is, now if I have my opponent on all block here, one thing I like to do when I'm attacking here is, if I know my jumping attack is going to get blocked, I'll throw. Now if I've done this a couple times and he's teched my throws after the block in and we get teched here, I'm going to say, okay, this is a good time to mix up. This is a good time for a block string. You jump in, 1, 2, 3, and he's on all blocks, so I'm not going to actually connect with it. But that's a good time to actually perform that combo there. Another time is if he's jumping into me, I'll just walk up, but if he's jumping onto me and he's doing an attack, and again, maybe he's been doing tick throws, and I've been teching them all day, or if I haven't been teching them, like if I've gotten caught a couple times, block that jump in and then go into a block string. This is another good time for it. The last main situation that I would, or actually the second last situation, is if I'm doing a cross-up. Again, if I've been working him over with these tick throws all day, and he's starting to get wise to it, that's a good time to throw in that block string there. The last one would be is if, let's say maybe I do something, or rather he does something like a tatsu, and I block it, and we end up like right beside each other like this during our recovery. Now he might do a dragon punch to try to sneak in some damage. If he does a dragon punch, it'll beat out your block string, but most people won't do this, as if the dragon punch is blocked, you leave yourself open for huge punishment attacks like crouching medium kick to super, like I just showed there. So normally after they do a move like this, if they end up right beside you, this is a good time to do a block string. Again, throw is an option here as well, but if, let's say you guys have been doing this all day, you throw one of these and then throw. If you know he's going to do the throw right after the tatsu, throw the block string. Your block string will beat out his throw. Another time is if someone has something like, say, a tiger knee. He does his crazy tiger knee, tiger knee, and comes in on you there. This is another good time to throw in a block string. Again, throw is an option here, but it can get tacked. So those are the 4 main times that I would do it. If I do a jump in and it's blocked, if he does a jump in and it's blocked, if I do a cross up, or I'm doing tick throws and it's been blocked or tacked all day, or if he's doing some kind of advancing or horizontal advancing attack and it's been blocked and I don't want to be forced to tack a throw. So give those all a shot. Make sure you practice using either the medium punch, the heavy punch, or the medium kick. There are different times that you want to use each one. So give them all a try, and remember, this is going to take practice. Don't get hard on yourself. It's going to take practice. There's nothing else I can really say about that. Just try not to get flustered. So with that said, this is pretty much all I have to say about block strings. This concept is mostly about practice. So let's get out there and do some practice, guys. So this is Kuma. I'm going to sign off here. This video is brought to you by www.streetfighter4.us. Check us out, guys, and be sure to check out my Ryu thread. Take care.